Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general reads. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. So as you can see, obviously things are a little bit different. Rafi's feeling a little bit under the weather at the moment and going to be out of action for a little while, so this will be the format for a good few weeks yet, but I promise you I will be back soon, fighting fit and all the rest of it, as they say. But that being said, I'm fine. With that, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have pretty much one of your cards. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, which represents Jupiter, your lord and ruler. So the fact that you got the Wheel of Fortune as the key to the week means that the winds of change are definitely blowing in your favor. And what I like about this card is it brings the synchronicities. This is a card that basically when it shows up, it says that your luck is about to change. Things are about to start moving for you in ways that are beneficial, in ways that are actually going to help you, which I absolutely love. And the fact that you have this Jupiterian energy sort of spreading its good luck and positive vibes throughout your life means that over the course of this week, whatever shows up sort of out of the blue or, you know, seems a bit coincidental, although I don't believe in coincidence, or has like an element of synchronicity about it, pay attention because there's something there for you. Also, this would be a week to remain open to any and all invites that come up. Even if you kind of think to yourself like, oh, you know, so-and-so invited me to, I don't know, like knitting on the mountains. It's giving me all kinds of vibes, but you know, all jokes aside, like remain open to all of the possibilities because you never know this week where it is that you're going to find what could be really, really great for you. Now, that being said, I would, if you are a continued subby, you know, Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. So for your actions and options, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of the things that you've had patience with, that you've put time, effort, and invested a lot of time and energy into are now going to start to bear fruit. This is really great. It also suggests to me that a lot of you are gearing up to start putting time, energy, and effort into something either new or something that you've been thinking about that's been in the background for some time. It's like you're now starting to really, I'm not going to say put the finishing touches on something, but there's definitely an element here of you finally moving ahead with something, which I really like. What I will also say to you as well, give a moment to, give yourself a moment to adjust to the way that things are going to be from here on in. Like anything that you know, because this thing is with this card, it's about your investments, where you've put a lot of time, effort and energy and where you might not be seeing the results that you'd hoped for. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of saying that this week you're likely to see a fruitful sort of moment. You're likely to see a moment where things really come through for you, or where they really start to shift, and it's like, okay, so all of that hard work, that effort that I put into all of this, it hasn't been wasted. There are results, there are rewards here, so stick in for it. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Swords. So for some of you, this could be new jobs, new work. The Ace of Swords, in terms of your communications, this is going to be a week where decisions or final decisions are made on a lot of things by you. And also, the dandelions in this card actually represent new opportunities. With the Wheel of Fortune here, this could be a week where, and you see this, here in the UK, we call, I don't know if we call them wishing clocks, or we call them dandelion clocks. And when you're little, they tell you that if you, however many times it takes for you to blow on the dandelion clock is whatever, like, hour of the day it is. It's completely inaccurate, of course, but when you're little, it's quite whimsical. But this, the dandelion clock for me always represents the energy of never knowing how far the ripples of what you do or what you set into motion actually go. And because this is your communications and conversations, and the dandelions themselves represent opportunities, this tells me that this week you are likely to get a phone call, an email, a text message. There's some correspondence this week that presents you with an opportunity of some kind. And when it does, you may, in some of the stuff, you've got time to adjust, but for this new thing that's coming in, you may have to almost decide sort of spur of the moment, like whether you're going to go for it or not. So it could be quite an interesting week. For those of you that are studying or in any form of academia, this is a really good time to see a breakthrough in your studies. It's also a really good time for you to dedicate your, maybe dedicate a portion of your time to a specific area of whatever it is that you're doing. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're studying, this might be a good week to start thinking about where you would like to specialize, where and this is the thing, we're all different types of tarot readers, all different types of astrologers, all different types of numerologists. What is your specific area, that really calls to you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. For those of you, whatever you're studying, by the way, not just, the spiritual sciences, as I like to call them, those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could literally be a new job opportunity or new job offer. But the interesting thing is, because it's next to the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like this is going to be a new job offer that comes in-house. So it's not going to be like from an outside company, or that you're getting headhunted. It's like it's coming from within the company that you're in. A position opens up there and a boss or a colleague says, oh, by the way, this has come up. Would you be interested? Again, Wheel of Fortune, right place, right time. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, people that work for themselves, I really like this because it looks like either a new client or potentially an expansion of your business that you weren't expecting shows up for you, possibly either synchronistically or, at least as a blessing in disguise, let's say. When it comes to your... those of you that are retired and no longer working, I actually think this is you putting your skills to use, even though they're not required. This is you finding a new avenue to utilize skills that you've built up over a time. For your love and relations, you've got the Tower card. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this would be a week to really keep an eye on the partner. I don't know why, but I almost want to say like maybe they're a little bit more clumsy than they usually are. And so this would be a week where, you just want to make sure that if there's something that they want to do, make sure you're on hand to offer some assistance. This is not a week to, to say like, oh yeah, go and change the tire on your own, or, I'm sure they are more than capable. Let me just put that out there. But this would be a week to make sure you are on hand for your significant other. For those of you that are single, so, this could be a workplace relationship. And the reason I say this, or at least the potential for one, is because this falls next to the Ace of Swords in that area. And because it's the Tower card, which, by the way, has been the Tower, the Moon and the Fool have been very active this week, so I'm intrigued to see how this shows up on the wider world stage as well. But what I will say is this could be a moment where it's, and I said this to someone else who had the Tower in this position, it's like was it the Tower? it's like yeah, like a secret crush of some sort that you find out about and you're like, oh no, only for you guys, I actually think this could be really nice. For those of you that are single and looking, it looks like you may have a secret admirer that kind of springs it on you. It could be a little bit shocking because of who it is. You know, some of you will be thrilled and some of you maybe won't. So it'll be interesting to see the mixed bag. And then finally, you have the Ace of Wands. Very nice, right? So you've got two aces here. Two aces can be like represent trickery, but it can also represent like a birth in the true sense. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Ace of Wands is a great card. It gives you a lot of energy, a lot of drive, a lot of passion. What I will say is maybe you are the one that is accident prone this week, but for those of you that are in partnerships, it could be the partner, so just watch out for that. And with these two aces and like the birth, that Ace of Wands is conception energy. So if you don't want children, watch out this week. If you do want children, this could be a week where you end up conceiving, especially for those of you that maybe have had challenges or issues around fertility. For those of you that when it comes to your home and environment, the Ace of Wands is bringing something new into the home that brings a lot of joy. Doesn't always have to be a child. Sometimes it can be a new pet, a new fur baby, which, you know, would be really cool. And then finally, when it comes to your, come on brain, your money, your finances, like the most important part, Ralph, it's called money and materials. Hello. Okay, so yeah, when it comes to your money and your finances, this could be a moment where if you're partnered, maybe a partner springs a new earning potential on you. Maybe a partner has a boost to their finances and that really enhances yours. Your money. Excuse me. I almost feel like this is an idea that you have very suddenly next to the tower that literally you're like, this would cost me almost nothing to set up and I could run with it right now. So this is potentially very quick money that comes in. I'm going to say I don't know how long it will necessarily last. So that's something that you might need to be aware and prepared of and for. All right. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you.